so glad that you joined me today. Today I'm going to show you how I took some elements from Little Butterfly Wings and Studio Basics' latest collab. It's their all the September Colors collab that just came out today. And I really love some of the leaves that were in there, and I wanted to be able to use them and make my own scatter. And the reason why I wanted to make my own scatter is because I wanted to reuse these particular leaves multiple times in the layout without having to make sure they're grouped together, and make sure that they copy and paste together. So I decided to make my own little scatter, and I'm going to show you how I did that. So I'm starting over here on a clean document. I am using Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop 2021, but you should be able to replicate this pretty easy in Photoshop Elements or whatever platform that you use for your digital scrapbooking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and come over here and grab these leaves. So the first leaf that I want to grab is actually going to be, I want to grab this leaf and just drop it over here. I'll resize them later. Right now I just kind of want to grab all the leaves that I want to use. I want this leaf, and then I'm going to grab this leaf. So these are the three leaves that I'm going to use for my scatter. And I want to start with the orange leaf first. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to resize this down, and I'm just going to arrange them however makes me happy. I am going to go ahead and duplicate this leaf because I want to use it again, and I'm kind of going to drop it down here like this. Let me double check. I think I only used 4 leaves. I did. I mean 3 leaves. And so now I have that. Let's go add this leaf in. I'm going to resize it as well and kind of make it size appropriate to match the other. The good thing about this is once I actually make this scatter, when I use it in my layout, I can resize it in there as well. And then we're going to do this last little leaf cluster right here, these 2 leaves. I absolutely love the colors of this collab that we have here. I am a huge fall fan. And the whole irony of that is I actually live in Florida. So I don't get to see all these beautiful colors in real life anymore unless I go visit. So I'm just kind of adjusting these. You can kind of tweak these to your preference. It's whatever works for you. Now you can do this one of 2 ways. You can leave it flat like this and then add your shadow later, or you can add a shadow now. I'm going to choose to add a shadow now just because that makes it easier for me, but it is a personal preference on what you do there. I think this is the shadow I want to add. Yeah, and I'm just going to add the shadow to all my leaves here. Now I am going to go ahead and go up to image, and I'm going to trim my canvas so that way I'm only looking at just my little scatter that I've created here. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm actually going to group all these together so that they're one object, so to speak. So I'm going to select them all, and if I right click, I'm sorry, I'm not going to group them. I'm going to merge them to where they're one. And here where it says merge layers, that's what I'm going to do. So now it's one. It moves by itself. Now what I did from this, I then just took it over, just grabbed it and brought it over here, and then I adjusted it and resized it however I wanted to, and I added it to my layout. And you can see in my layout I actually have multiple of these little scatters that I used. And right here around this box, I actually use this probably 5 or 6 times just to get the leaves to lay correctly around the fox. And you can see where doing something like this can save you time. I don't have to position each leaf. Yes, I could come over here and I could have brought them in one time and made a group of them. But sometimes if you're not careful, other things get mixed into your group, or I could have merged the layers at that point in time as well. But this just provides you with different options and whatever works the best for you. Hopefully you found this little quick tutorial helpful, and give it a try for yourself.